A natural environment both harsh and spectacular, where the sea and the hinterland blend together, forming landscapes of exceptional beauty. But this is also a territory where, for better or for worse, an important part of the history of the Sardinians was played out. That linked to exploitation of the island's mineral resources. Visiting the area of Bugerru and exploring its network of walking trails offers us a unique opportunity to revisit those moments in history through its places, from the early settlements to the present day, and to discover a fascinating, rich natural environment where sea and land meet, with imposing cliffs and beaches of pure white sand. The 6 trails managed by the Sardinian Forestry Agency all develop around the village of Bugerru, a key center of Sardinian's mining history and of the struggle for workers' rights in Italy. On the 4th of September 1904, the miners, who were demanding better wages, were charged by the Carabinieri. 3 miners were killed and many others were injured. This was the spark which set off the first nationwide strike. A short distance from the town is the entrance to the Henry Gallery. This great work, one of the most important mine engineering works of 19th century Italy, was built to transport the mined ore to the washeries. The gallery, which can be visited with prior booking, winds through a long route, amidst tunnels and passages excavated in the cliff overlooking the sea. From the area fronting the entrance to the gallery begins Trail 301, which perhaps more than any other highlights the contrasts between the force of nature and the hand of man. In about 2 hours' walk it will take us from Bugerru to the beautiful beach of Cala Domestica. Along the way we come to the ruins of the village of Pranusartu. This was home to most of the 3,000 miners working in the nearby zinc mine. Built in the second half of the 19th century, this village was completely self-sufficient with houses, shops and church. A short distance from the ruins, visitors will find the imposing excavation at Pranusartu, one of the most important open-cast mines in Europe, from which zinc ore was extracted. But testimonials to past mining activity are scattered along all the trails proposed. Quarries, galleries and what remains of the infrastructures and the great mine working machinery all have left an indelible mark on the territory, in some stretches making the landscape almost lunar, solitary and ghostly. As is the case of the ghost village of Grugua, an ancient rural hamlet today mostly abandoned and used as sheepfolds, which up to the last century was an important settlement. Nature, once the drills fell silent, once again took over a role as leading player in the territory. The coast consists of a succession of great cliffs dropping sheer into the sea and beaches of white sand. Trekking along the first stretch of Trail 304, which starts from Provincial Road 83, visitors will find a panoramic view over the territory, with the extensive beach of Porticetto, whose dunes stretch as far as the mountain. Some years ago, the dunes underwent important conservation and consolidation works, with hydraulic forestry interventions of great scientific interest and extensive reforestation with domestic pine. You will also find breathtakingly spectacular views along Trail 301, which in its first portion winds above the imposing high cliffs and then penetrates the high plateau in the direction of Cala Domestica along a panoramic trail of great impact, dominated by the scents and colors of Mediterranean scrub. Arrival at the smallest of the two bays of Cala Domestica reveals a charming beach of fine white sand and the limpid sea for which it is famous. An opening dugout of the rock leads to Cala Grande, with its huge beach. This, at one time, was the embarkation point for the mineral ore extracted and the charcoal produced by felling of the surrounding woods. Near the beach are the remains of an electrified railway line, marking the route leading back to Bugerro. But the interior of this territory, too, is a succession of always changing landscapes. Naked limestone rock dotted with flowers and bushes, or the basin of Piscina Morta, one of the only two natural lakes in Sardinia. Holm oak woods and wide pasture lands mark the low-lying areas of the territory. The striking canyon of Guttoro Cardaggio along Trail 302 is a magnet, drawing free climbing buffs thanks to its high steep walls, where rock climbers will find many equipped climbing routes. On the summit of these rocks there are many bird species, including the golden eagle. The trails of the Iglesiente, managed by the Sardinian Forestry Agency, are all clearly signposted and have panels with information on the characteristics of each trail, duration of the walk and route markings. The map of the trail network, together with other information, is available on the Sardinian Forestry Agency's website and from its local offices.